Check 1, 2, check. Check.
Oh, boy.
Check.
We're back.
We're back. It's been a big hiatus, Duff.
I am so tired of people asking me, how's DDT's trip planning going? That's the major reason we're attempting this episode today.
Yeah. Well, we can get into that.
So I hope you have some updates.
I got some updates.
I know I threw this at you last second after your dad bod performance last night.
Yes. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
You and JB.
Fantastic. Obviously, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a few things to talk about, obviously.
So yeah, it's been like, what, a month?
I don't even know.
At least?
I couldn't tell you the last episode, when and where it was.
I remember. It never made it to air.
No. We've done one since then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one I've totally forgotten about. Thank God.
Okay.
Thank God. No, we've done one since then. I just don't remember when and where.
I don't
Must
either.
have been down here.
Maybe. Yeah.
So we're off to a roaring start as usual. Wondering about
We're all
about
tired.
things we can't remember.
Yeah, exactly. We're all tired.
I'm
right?
pretty sleepy after the dad bod performance live from Beckwith last night.
Yes.
Which again we'll get into later.
Mm-hmm.
Along with millennials, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh.
I'm sure you can contribute to this.
Oh,
You're
okay.
surrounded by them
Yeah.
at work and at home. Not so much at work.
Yeah.
I got a few around me
Couple.
at the office.
Yeah.
The sorry, sad state of Canadian federal politics.
Oh God.
We can just talk about the poll numbers, the upcoming election, the leaders. My God.
Yeah.
Like, it is bad, man. If you're listening in from
I
afar,
think it's bad everywhere.
if you're listening in from
Not just
afar and
Canada.
you think politics are bad in your country, at least in terms of hope, we are hopeless. And people know I'm not a card-carrying member of any one specific party.
I am.
No doubt you are.
Actually, no. I let it lapse.
Oh, but you were. Yeah.
I was. 2 of them.
Anyways, so I'd like to think you get a pretty even perspective from the Duff. We'll see. The exuberant state of Canadian football and Copa America.
Oh.
Very excited.
I thought you meant Canadian
I'm buying
football.
my jersey today, DDT.
Who are you?
Guess who I'm going for?
Davies?
Alfonso Davies. You're 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Sports extras, Oilers, Jays.
Because that's the only guy you know on the team.
That's not true. There's a David as well. There's a Davies, a David, a Lauren. They're your top offensive guys.
And Osorio.
Yeah, the co-captain.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know too many names after that. I've only watched the 3 games in the last 2 weeks.
Some young guys on the team.
It's a great squad. Like they're gonna shock. I keep saying this. It's got to happen eventually, right?
Mm.
Anyways, I need my jersey for one of the upcoming games in which I will be in attendance. Very excited to share that with everyone.
Yeah.
Less excited about our Jays, but I have become an Oilers fan. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
The online selling of stories never ends. Online selling.
Oh.
No, sorry, that wasn't properly worded.
Yeah, it was kind of like
Online selling of stories. I'm not selling stories online. I'm selling Duff's vintage finds. And I have a good one for you.
Okay.
I have a really good one. It may even be you. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Someone's playing me. And I was laughing.
Not me, no.
You sure?
Yeah.
We probably won't get to the Escapade Music Festival today. I think we got too much else to talk about.
Might be a long one because we're already 4 minutes in and we haven't even done
Well, I got my last bullet point
the
here.
opening.
Last bullet point is I joined the ranks of the food delivery services.
Ah.
Odd bunch. You ever hear of them?
Yes, from you.
I'll tell you all about them.
Okay. You ready?
Let's go. I'm tired.
Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
DDT,
Duff, how are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
As I listen to Winston snoring in the background.
Yeah, he's yeah,
He makes me just want to curl up in my own big posh bed.
right?
And have a
Like,
little
look at him.
snooze.
He's right in there.
What a kid, eh?
Yeah, he's just snoring away.
Oh, so
Had
yeah.
his little bite of croissant. So he's.
It's got to be good for the digestive system.
Oh,
for
God,
a
yeah.
30-year-old puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting old, eh?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And you keep feeding him croissants. It's not going to help.
Well, I figure that he's in the last. He's in the golden years.
Yeah.
So, like, all the stuff that we didn't feed him before.
He's on the final leg of the relay race.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just treat him now.
Treat him.
Give him stuff, right? Except for the stuff that will actually kill him.
Yeah. Like the
sort
grapes.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I almost did.
Mm.
He's kind of looking at me like you almost murdered me there, DDT.
Poor little Winston.
Yeah.
Now we're both feeling a little tired
this
too.
morning. Yeah.
You're over the hill when a party that pretty much ends at
9:30.
9. Yeah. Has us dragging our butt today.
The next morning, yeah.
Yeah, we'll fill in the
Jeez.
listener here. The Dad Bods, local up-and-coming band.
Oh.
4 members here from the local area performed one of their first shows out in Beckwith, out in Lanark County.
Yes.
Out in Lanark County last night. It was
we
a
were
good
there.
time. Tell us about it, DDT.
Well, yeah, I guess we've talked about the Dad Bods before.
Yeah,
on
a little
air,
bit.
haven't we?
But for most, it was probably just imaginary. It was probably like a untangible entity.
Yeah.
But I can confirm it was real.
It was real.
We actually saw 4 guys playing instruments
on a stage.
on a stage
At the drummer's house.
in a basement.
Yeah. It was a friends and family show.
Although it was mainly your friends and family.
Mostly my
That's
family.
that's an observation my wife made.
It was. I was actually surprised by that.
Like there was probably 15 people in the crowd, and they were all connected to you.
Either nobody else has friends or family.
Yeah.
Or
they do
just
and didn't want to go.
Want to go, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, my good buddies, Duff and JB,
Yeah.
and their better halves,
Better halves.
were out there. So they're very much appreciated.
Oh, it was a good time. And
And my sister-in-law and her husband.
the entire Italy group was there. I should have got into that.
Yes,
We
that's
should have got
true.
them talking about the trip.
Yeah, they were
For
all
the
there.
updates,
Yeah,
yeah.
my sister-in-law and her daughter and her husband's not coming, but
Oh, he's not, right?
no, but her daughter was there and
Yeah.
they're coming.
The Italian heritage is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So
your
they were there.
your partner and her sister, both girls, like their kids.
My
I mean,
partner?
like your
What do you mean, my partner?
I don't know.
My wife?
Oh, your wife. Did I say partner?
He said partner. It's like howdy, partner.
Howdy,
what are we?
partner.
Country? We're out back on the range.
I take it back. Your wife. So the ladies were there.
Yeah.
The 2 kids, Lola and her cousin,
Yes.
and your son, and
Yes, my young son.
and everybody. Wait for it.
Mm.
Stewie was also there.
Stewie.
So Stewie and
Stewie was there. He was very quiet last night.
is that Stewie's car out front? I noticed. This
It
morning?
was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. I should
Your
say.
laneway, by the way, is looking more and more like something you'd see in Stittsville every day.
God.
How many vehicles did I count this morning? out
3.
there? No, 4.
4?
Well, including Stewie's.
Oh, Stewie, but he parked on the
But
road.
still, that's 4 vehicles.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to squeeze the F-150 into the laneway. Looked
That might have been a little
tight.
tough this
Yeah.
morning.
So I nuzzled up to Stewie's.
Did you?
I might have bumped it
Oh, really?
with the trailer hitch. Might have like pinched the hood. I don't know if he'll open it. He doesn't ever open it anyways.
Well, he was asking me if I
How to
changed
open
my
it?
own oil the other
Ah.
day.
So
And-
probably in a couple of months when he wants to change the oil, he won't be able to open the hood.
Well, maybe not. But he wanted, I think he wanted to do it himself. And I said, well, do you have ramps?
So
What do you need ramps for?
we're right back to millennials.
Well, let's just finish the Dad Bods
Oh,
concept.
yeah.
Right?
Well, just you got me talking about Stewie there.
Oh, I know.
This is one of
He's not a millennial, though.
Ah,
He's a little young. He's, what's the new one called? Gen Z?
right.
Yeah.
Is he not? Okay, millennials are what? Kids in their 20s and no,
Late 20s.
25. Okay.
My oldest might be a
Well,
millennial.
millennials would have been born in 2000. So, right, they'd be 24 right now.
Is it 2000?
Well, that's the millennia, isn't it? The start.
Oh, I don't know.
So
No, they were
you-
born in like, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
God's sakes,
I don't know.
where's JB when you
Well,
need
yeah,
him?
exactly.
You finished Dad Bods. I
Fact check.
gotta find out what a millennial is before
Fact-
I talk about it, eh?
Fact check.
Fact check. Fact check.
Yeah, you do. So yeah, the Dad Bods were out. I played the friends and family gig. for mostly my friends and family.
Yeah.
Although there was a friend from the bass player.
What the hell? Sorry, DDT. I'm a bit off on this.
Yeah. And I don't know. What did you think of the show there, Duff?
I enjoyed the show. As I was telling you in the precast, walking in there, I was expecting something terrible, basically. I thought it was going to be atrocious. Like, I thought I'd have a tough time keeping my wife there, or at least keeping her from laughing.
Yeah.
There was a few chuckles from the audience at times for different things, but overall,
yeah,
it exceeded my expectations. I also was worried that, being from a different generation than the band, I thought I wouldn't recognize anything. But I saw
different generation. You're only a few years younger.
Definitely different generation though. Like, especially in terms of music taste. Like, you guys are heavy rock. You guys are all,
I didn't play a lot of heavy rock there though.
Whatever you call it. It wasn't country. It wasn't western.
No, I mean we were working on.
Yeah.
We have like I mentioned, we have a couple of country songs that we were country rock songs we were working on.
Yeah.
We just hadn't perfected them enough to put in the set list last night.
Yeah. So, but no, good show. I enjoyed it. I recognized, I'd say, half the tunes overall. The first set was more classics. Like, I only recognized 2 or 3 songs in the first set. I'm not joking. And then in the second set, I think I recognized most of them.
Right.
Like, maybe not 1 or 2.
Right.
My wife didn't recognize hardly anything.
Oh, really?
Like, FYI, yeah.
Oh,
like,
really?
You guys think I'm the odd one. Like, no.
Really?
Yeah. Like, not everybody's into rock music, right?
Well, a couple of the songs were punk. I mean, considered punk.
Yeah.
One really punk.
Well, so put it this way. If someone's not into rock, they're not into punk.
No,
like,
exactly.
I think you kind of get it. You go through rock to punk probably in the music.
Yeah.
In the music sort of
That's
transition.
Because 2 of them were The Clash.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of... They were considered punk.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was...
You see, me and JB were talking
of-
during the show. Like, I was in university in the early 90s. And some of those tunes were big at that time. Like, I did I liked some of those songs you played for sure. Jane's Addiction, you had one of their songs.
No.
Yes, you did. Did
Which
you
one?
not?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Well, my whole point was going to be, there's another Jane's Addiction song I really like, but not the one you played.
Which one did you think we played?
I didn't know it.
Oh, okay.
But JB, I thought he was researching it. Guy was on his phone all night. Like, he's usually researching songs to confirm what they were.
Oh.
And I said, Jane's Addiction, but no, I didn't know it.
No, it wasn't.
I
played
what one it was.
We played Iggy Pop.
Okay.
Which I know he appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
The Passenger.
Okay.
We played, like I said, The Clash, which is like a late 70s, early 80s kind of. They were big back in the day.
Gotcha.
And then the last one was the Sex Pistols.
Okay.
God Save the Queen, which is punk, basically.
So that one was cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about God Save the King. You changed it.
I changed the lyric.
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. But the original was obviously God Save the Queen because
I liked it, yeah.
they were in the 70s
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
Queen Elizabeth at the time.
Okay.
So I had a little fun changing the lyric.
I enjoyed that song.
Yeah. Ooh, on
Holy
my phone.
jeez, that is loud today.
It's just on vibrate.
So millennials were born between 81
you're already-
and 96.
Oh,
I had
okay,
no
yeah.
idea. I thought it was a little shifted.
81 and 96.
It says between 81 and 96.
Jesus.
Maybe I should fact check that. Right?
Fact check the fact check.
Like, so that puts a millennial.
So you're looking at Gen Zs then.
Pretty
or Gen
much.
Z. as
Well,
we
Gen
say
Z's after
in
that,
Canada
right?
and UK.
But the oldest millennial, could be like 30. What? 81.
81. That's like 40 years old, which is true. That's true.
That's
42
shocking.
years old.
43.
43, yes.
The oldest would be 43.
Yeah.
That is what we would call a millennial?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what I'm doing? I'm totally confusing some of the Gen Zs with millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, what year are you born?
67. I'm Gen X. You're Gen X.
You are not Gen. You are Gen.
Yeah,
You're
boomers
just-
were
You're just.
64.
I was so excited to call you a baby boomer there.
No,
You're
no.
not that old.
I think it's 64 baby boomer.
Baby boomer is till 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have another friend, a
Who's a
couple
baby-
friends are.
Were any of the band members baby
No.
boomers?
No, they're younger than I am.
That's
actually.
pretty close, though, eh?
Yeah, they're more like your age.
Okay.
Well, except for our buddy CT, he's
Okay.
my age.
Okay. Well, we're
the drummer, as
Yeah.
you know, it was his birthday yesterday.
Okay.
He's 54, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, I am solidly smack dab in the middle of Gen X. Yeah, I'm born in 73. I'm right in the middle there, man.
yeah.
So you know what I was thinking in my head? I was just off. I kind of thought there was another generation in between us X's and the millennials. I don't want to be that closely associated. Eh? I can't believe a friggin' millennial could be 40 years old.
Yeah, the time
Yeah.
flies.
Then it goes Gen Z. Then they call it apparently Generation Alpha from 2013. So
Alpha.
all our kids are Gen Zs, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why are we talking about this so much?
I don't know.
Because I'm surprised. I didn't realize.
We should get back to the concert.
Yeah. So the concert. Well,
So-
back to it and wrap it up, maybe.
Yeah. So just to round out
Yeah.
the set list, then
Yeah.
then we had a couple songs from from the 60s, basically,
Yeah.
which was Cream,
Okay.
Sunshine of Your Love. So that's from the 60s. And then
Yeah.
Hey Joe from Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
That's 60s.
I got excited there because I thought you were playing Big Joe.
No, Hey Joe.
Yeah, I was thinking Big
Yeah.
Joe. Big Joe Muffer Up.
But
It
Joe
wasn't.
Muffer.
JB
Uh,
thought I had too many pop at that point.
Yeah.
He's looking at me all strange. I'm like, I love Stomp and Tom. I never thought they'd play Stomp and Tom. And he's like, yeah, I don't think they are.
no. Then we then the other one was Eric Clapton, Cocaine.
And you knew a lot of these guys, eh? You presented them as, buddies from the
Yeah,
old days.
I did. Like they were my buddies.
Surprised.
And then Neil Young, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess
You didn't play
we played
any
Collective Soul,
You
which
didn't
is
play
more
any
of a-
Green Day. I kind of thought you were gonna.
No, we had we worked on that, but we kind of dropped it.
Didn't work, eh?
Well, it's like I don't know.
Was
None of the
disappointed.
guys tend to practice.
Yeah,
I think they said it last night that I was the only one that really
Yeah.
takes the band seriously.
that's true. Well, you had a wardrobe and everything.
I did have a
It
wardrobe.
was pretty impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought a lot of your wife's clothing
I did.
for it.
My partner.
Nah, your partner. Yeah, it worked well.
Anyway, it was
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys came out.
I had a lot of
good
fun.
time.
No, it
So-
was great.
And then the kids with their karaoke.
Oh
in
my
between.
God, that was a nice bonus.
Yeah.
Your daughter is
Oh, my God.
an ambitious, confident singer.
I think she was a little bit tipsy.
It could have been.
Yeah. Apparently
Could have been.
our drummer's wife was
Oh
fixing
yeah.
her rum and coke.
So your drummer's wife reminds me of my own mom
Oh yeah.
in a few ways. Number
Okay.
one, in their minds, the objective of a nice drink is 3/4 of the solo cup of the alcohol
Exactly.
with a slight flavoring of sugary pop after.
Very true.
And that is just like
Very
she's
true.
being generous, thinking
Yeah.
like, oh, a nice drink here. And I watched
Yeah.
certain people's faces when they had their first sip, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like, you're not trying to do 5 shots of something at once in a cup.
No.
Yeah.
But that's so when we played our wives only show
Yeah.
back a few months ago,
Yeah.
just for again fun. My wife got pretty drunk
I bet.
because the drummer's wife was
Doing the
and
same thing.
CT's wife got pretty drunk because she was making rum and cokes, but
'Kay.
like you said,
So
filled
they
3/4
took
of the cup
They
with
learned
rum.
are you saying they learned their lesson then? Because
They-
they weren't too tipsy last night.
My wife was apparently,
Oh, I think she could have had a few more.
but yeah, they learned
Yeah.
their lesson not to take drinks from.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's like, mix it a little less intense and just have more of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It's
think
probably
my-
going to go down more
I think-
overall.
I think my daughter might have learned that lesson last
Yeah,
night.
I
too.
think so. Yeah, I heard her trying
Yeah.
to dilute it somehow,
Yeah,
which is smart. I'm not judging
Yeah.
that. Like, it's not tasty either if you're
I didn't know.
pounding it back like ugh.
Exactly. I didn't know if she was a bit of a lush. My daughter.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not good for athletics.
Or not good for a lot of things in life.
Liver.
Yeah. So, moving on. Great show. Thanks for having us.
Oh,
And
thanks for coming.
The hosts were wonderful.
The
food was
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
It was a great dinner.
I still have tons of bags of chips.
I
though.
bet you do.
I think I spent like $30 on just
Man.
chips.
But it was a great, but the, you know, you never know what to expect of this sort of thing. I was thinking maybe a like quick, easy barbecue or something. Full on lasagna, nice salad, chicken wings. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the chips were excessive, to say the least.
Well, I didn't know like
What'd
how
you
many
have,
people.
like 15 bags of chips?
Well, I went to Costco,
Yeah.
so I
Good
picked
call.
up. Yeah, I figured Costco's probably good
Mm-hmm.
because you get the big bags there, right?
Yeah.
So I picked up like I don't know. I picked up like 5 bags of chips from Costco.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably a little excessive.
So at one point, I must have hit record on my note here.
Oh.
So I've got all my topics, as we talked about in the podcast. But then right after my last point,
recording.
I joined the raw ranks of the food delivery services, Odd Bunch.
Yeah.
Here goes this. I'm okay as I listen to Winston snoring in the background. Makes me want to curl up in my own bed. The final leg of the race was at 9:30.
Oh, it's like voice to text.
Dragon, but yeah, I will fill up coming band members in the local area, perform their shows. Oh, this was me describing you. There were 15 people. Like, oh my God, it caught all
voice
that.
to text. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but you know what it tells me too? Like, the damn things are always listening. Whether
yeah.
And then it's listening and it's waiting for you to just hit the button.
Yeah.
And then it records it. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Jesus.
I don't want to get all.
So the only
all
two
skeptical
professional,
Yeah.
I'll say, musicians in the band were CT and CP.
Yeah.
And
See, you want to keep talking about the band.
well, I'm just going to wrap up here by saying the encores were CT with his
Yeah.
knowledge of some blues. Bless you.
Oh, man. Winston,
you.
what are you putting in the air here?
Yeah.
Well, I also thought CT did a nice job at the very end when he hopped up there and kind of took the lead on a couple songs. Eh?
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
didn't have anything planned, but he plays in 2 other bands that play a lot of shows.
It showed that he,
Yeah.
he had the style. He's good on the guitar, and that was like in terms of song likes. I really like Steve Earle.
Oh yeah,
Like, wasn't that a Copperhead Road at the end?
Yes, it was.
Still, great tune.
Yeah.
Great tune. He did a good job with it.
Well, he plays that in his other band.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more of a, what do you call it, outlaw country.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
it really? Is it
I
like
guess
an
that's what
outlaw
it's
country
called.
band?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not his band, no. I think that's the Steve Earle genre is outlaw.
Oh,
country.
for sure it is.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, like, what's the genre of his band?
Oh, they play. I know they play that song. Well, it depends on the band. The trio is more like they play a lot of like Rolling Stones and
Okay.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So I wouldn't like that necessarily.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Want to talk politics quick? We can always talk
Oh.
politics in like a minute or so.
Sure. Well, it seems like a big topic because
This is
you.
for- yeah.
What did you have about the Gen Zs? We went on about all that
I
stuff.
don't even want to talk about it anymore. I thought we kind of.
What was it though?
I proved my ignorance by not even knowing the friggin'.
Well, what were you going to say about them?
I was just gonna
Their
talk
lack
about
of
how.
work
No,
ethic.
I was gonna talk about how. Okay, I guess we're gonna talk about it then. I was gonna talk about how, if you are young, and you have social skills,
Mm.
and you can look people in the eye,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot be on your goddamn phone all
Mm.
the time, you probably got the world by the balls.
Mm.
Because there are a few young people out there that highly, highly impress me, and I see them.
Well, you know who I'm going to say that highly impresses
Who?
me? Your daughter.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, she's one of them for sure.
Yeah. She's.
Uh,
yeah.
But the funny thing though is then she surrounds herself with more of them. Right. My daughter goes to UW, really,
That's good.
really good school, and then I
Yeah.
think they feed off each other, and it becomes. Yeah, this is not going to be a discussion about her, but yeah, like
No.
that school is elite, and they push each other, and it's super cool to see.
I just wish my daughter was more like that.
She's got different skills, man, different likes and interests.
I understand that, but
yeah. But you're right. She's got to find her passion and go. But more generally, I mean, I think, yeah. So my main point is just there's a lot of millennials, young millennials
Or Gen
/ Gen Zs that, yeah, they feel everything is owed to them, maybe.
That's
And
true.
Everything has an excuse that has nothing to do with them. And that attitude is not going to take you far, right?
No.
It sucks.
Well, I think there's a lot of ageism that I see going on these days, and a lot of it's generated to the baby boomers
Sure.
that have been lucky enough in a way to grow up when they did, because it was probably one of the most productive times in history,
Sure.
and so they were able to benefit that. Now,
But you don't see Gen Xers like me complaining that the baby boomers had it easier.
no,
Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
because we had it relatively not easy.
Because
It's
couldn't we
different.
also look down at the millennials and the Gen Zs and say, you guys got it easy? Like, look at all the technology at your disposal.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Look at
that's
the
what I was-
wealth around you. Look at the the opportunities is what gets me going.
Well,
When I went through high school, I found it tough. There wasn't a million jobs out there. You
No.
looked, and most of them were labor-based and farming and all that. It was great.
Yeah.
And same thing in university. Like, jobs weren't everywhere. Now I find, correct me if I'm wrong, there's jobs everywhere. I subscribe pretty much just for fun to Indeed and all these different job places. I must get, and I'm talking, I have my own job skills where I get specific jobs for, but then I get other ones just for fun. And there are hundreds of jobs, man.
Yeah, I was going to say about the
I don't
ages
get
of
it.
things.
Yeah.
Well, is that every generation, whether you're baby boomers or us or Gen X,
Every generation
my generation
blames the one before. You know that song?
No,
And all of their frustrations.
who's that?
Come beating on your door.
Very true.
I'll think of the name.
Okay.
You keep going.
I was going to say that the baby boomers had it tough
In
during their
something years.
the
Come
Wonder
on.
Years.
Keep going.
Is it the Wonder Years?
Where's JB when you need him?
Oh, another fact check.
Fact check. Fact check.
I'm gonna try. Well, I'm gonna randomly put words in and see if it figures it out for me.
My point was that
All the generations blame the ones before. Keep going.
I can't concentrate. It's funny.
Oh, I'd caught that too.
Oh, I did, eh?
Anyways,
What is it?
there's some things that'll never change. Okay, The Living Years, 2014.
The Living
song
Years.
by Mike and the Mechanics.
Okay, yeah.
That's the song I'm
right,
thinking of.
right. I remember that song actually.
I'd play it, but you tell me
Yeah,
we can
no,
never
you
have
can't
actual
do that.
lyrics, so we
Yeah,
could get
yeah,
fined
Yeah.
by the CRTC.
No. Oh, maybe, but also by the publishing company.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they could ever. We've been knocked off a few platforms at times with this show, eh?
Really?
Like the YouTube one's the most hilarious.
We got knocked off that?
So I keep telling you guys, every show we post gets simultaneously posted on YouTube.
Right.
And YouTube is always scanning, I guess. So there's a couple episodes where people have flagged it in some Podbeansky Far East country
Yeah,
and
that
knocks
was-
it off.
That was the Russian.
Yeah, they take it
stuff.
off, and then it's like, if you want this back on,
Yeah,
you got to
it's
prove.
a scam.
Yeah, well, it's still got our stuff off.
Well, whatever. It's a
Anyways.
scam because I remember that one because you
course
sent
it's a
like
scam.
the intro was like, oh, you
Yeah.
violated blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Whereas I took some of the music off
Yeah.
of freesound.org
Yeah, it's all free.
and it was a
Slight
zero
resemblance to
Creative
something.
Commons license.
There's a trumpet in it, and there's a trumpet in some other song.
yeah,
Like,
and
whatever.
then the Russian, those Russian whatever, they're just like, you're
them Russians.
Russians. Anyway, my point about remember the interest rates back in the day?
There you go.
They had like
That's
14,
one of my
18%.
Unreal.
Yeah. What it did was, they did keep the house prices low, but then
It encouraged people to be a little bit more,
More frugal,
financially
yeah.
responsible, to live within their means.
live within their
Living
means.
within your means is not a
Kind of gone out
term
the window.
people understand these days.
And then
Money
back
doesn't matter.
exactly. You know that. That's me.
It's all of us.
But then back in 08 when they screwed up the housing,
yeah,
in the U.S. that affected pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The interest rates dropped to basically where they were paying in Europe.
Yeah.
It was below
Negative.
0%.
It was
They
negative.
were paying you.
I didn't fully understand that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I remember hearing
You
that.
know, and for the longest time it was like that.
Yeah.
And so it encouraged like just a bubble in housing.
Could I
Like, if you
could I take out a $45 million loan
Yeah, at 1%.
at negative 1%? Here you
At
go,
negative-
sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're only going to give you $4,500 if you do that. Oh, okay, sure.
yeah,
Give me the money.
yeah. I mean, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
So in a way, like people blame
Yeah.
the previous generation, but
Yeah.
who was it that caused that whole problem?
Ah.
It wasn't the previous generation.
No.
You got to look to governments. You got to look to the way the banking
Yeah.
system was operating back then. There's a lot of factors that contributed, because when I bought my first house in 98, I think
Yeah.
it was 1998, it was at 5.25%, which is
Reasonable.
where it is again
It's right
today.
back to that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should it have
But for
changed
some
from there?
reason, people today think that's absurd.
I know.
Why? Because we had 2% for a few years?
Yeah.
Like, come
Well,
on.
I'm going to get screwed come September, because my previous mortgage, which I renewed back in 2019 at
Right.
2.8,
Right.
is now 5.3.
Yeah, but like you said, it's...
But that's more.
So you got comfortable.
Well, yeah, like everybody else.
Yeah. Very millennial-like.
So I mean, but I'm not really complaining, because it's just
No.
the way that stuff goes.
Yeah.
So you can't really blame. Every generation has it different.
They
is
blame
my
the one
point.
before.
But they like to blame the one before.
Yeah.
The baby boomers, sure, they got into the housing market, but they
Yeah.
were paying 18% interest.
Yeah.
Then their interest rates dropped and house prices took off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how can you blame a baby boomer for that?
I think the people that don't blame anyone, no matter what generation you're from, you figure out what you have and what you can work with, and you don't blame other people, you're going to have the best probability of success, right?
Well, yeah.
Because you're going to get out there, you're going to work, you're going to look people in the eye, you're going to leave your damn phone behind,
Yeah.
and you're going to go get it.
It's like my daughter driving into our garage,
Yeah.
hitting the workbench, and
Blame
then
the
blaming the
workbench?
workbench for being in the way.
Yeah.
It's
Good
like
point.
the workbench has been there for 14 years in
Yeah.
that position.
Yeah.
How could you blame the workbench? She said, "Well, I shouldn't be there." Well, it's like, well, maybe you should.
I
Like,
think
pay
there's
attention.
a lot of that. And I wonder if for some reason we're at fault. Like, at somewhere along this path, has the previous generation been too forgiving or misleading or setting the wrong examples? And then it becomes
Well, you've got a lot
our
of.
fault by de facto almost.
I always blame my de facto.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
blame, usually goes towards the government,
Sure.
well,
that's easy.
because
Yeah.
a lot of their policies
Mm-hmm.
exacerbate. They try to fix one problem but create a
Create
dozen
another.
more.
I don't disagree with you. there.
And I would look at it like as
And now, isn't
well-
that what I started talking about?
yeah, you were
And
getting
you
into the
pulled
federal.
me into the
we're
generational thing?
we're tying it in.
Tying
here.
it in. Okay,
This is
good.
tie-in.
We'll get into politics
Yeah,
then.
it's like tying it
Okay.
in. So if you look at, like, I was reading Maclean's magazine the other day.
There's a baby boomer magazine for you.
It's still out.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
You know what I bought the other day?
What's that?
An Economist.
Ah.
There's a
okay,
magazine.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I have to have all my faculties in place when I tackle that, though.
Oh, for sure.
It's complicated.
It is. So the Maclean's had their article because it was about Canada's population. It's
Mhm.
at 41 million now.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So in the last year, we grew by another million people.
Wow.
Right.
And
so
of course, before that happened, we had, 3,000 hospitals and 100,000 homes all set and ready to go.
well, that was their point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Their point was like, did
we're,
we bring
We're putting the cart before the horse here.
exactly?
I know.
They were saying, did we
Yeah.
bring in more people than Canada can support
Comfortably,
comfortably
fairly
support?
fairly
Fairly
give these
support.
people a chance, right?
Because they said
Yeah.
the immigration policy, when it was kind of first, you got to go back like 100
Sure.
years.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of racism, basically,
me
with their
about it.
immigration policy in the early 1900s.
I hear you.
For example, they wanted to keep the Chinese out, except just bring them into.
We could have a full-on show about immigration.
Yeah, but since the
starting
60s,
with the Great Famine in the 1840s.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But since the 60s, they quietly kind of changed their immigration policy.
Right.
but it was
towards like a skilled based thing.
towards more of a skilled based
Yeah.
thing. So for a lot of years, and it was apparently like a model that other countries wanted to follow, is where you weren't just taking everybody in just for the sake of taking everybody in.
Right.
You were basing it more on what skills can people bring to the
Contribute.
country
Yeah.
and contribute, which in a way is probably, and I wouldn't say racist, but it's more
Skillist.
skillist.
Only picking people with skills.
Exactly.
Imagine.
But in the last few years, it's been the liberals' policy to, I mean, just in the student population, apparently we've got like 900,000
Oh,
foreign students in the country right now.
it's,
So they've allowed, like, in
I
the last
know.
year we've risen but
And
there is
people
no
have
infrastructure
no, but
to
it's-
support all this, and that was McLean's
I know. Yeah.
point, was
Yeah.
that did we grow too fast? Because when you look at it, hard enough time to find doctors
Yeah.
for the population that we did have.
Yeah.
Then you import another 1 million people.
So there's all those little pieces of that puzzle that aren't working together, right?
yeah,
Bringing like,
and I think even the
and
liberals.
the quick answer for that, like doctors is a great example.
yeah,
You hear stories. Yeah, we need doctors. We need thousands of doctors. Doctors apply to come to this country. They get in here, and then the missing piece is the whole certification process to be a doctor isn't set up
Yeah.
for a doctor from Romania
yeah,
or Uganda or wherever,
yeah.
right? And then they end up the
Driving taxi
stereotypical
cabs,
is they're an Uber driver
Yeah.
with a freaking doctor's degree that
Exactly.
could help everyone.
And that's the thing. Like
It's
when
brutal.
you just allow mass immigration like that,
Ugh.
is that those things slip through the cracks, and then you end up like you said, like 1 million Uber drivers
Sure,
or whatever.
but set that
And-
up first, right?
Yeah, and so even the immigration minister, Mark Miller, has admitted maybe we allowed too many people in, like foreign students, for example. It's great
Excuse
for
me.
the universities and
Sure.
post-secondary because they can pay more money.
So that gravy
But
train
now they're-
is another crazy
Well, that's another,
story.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now those people that are here are
Yeah.
complaining that they have nowhere to live.
Yeah.
right? They
No,
can't
it's,
find
it's awful.
housing because
Yeah.
it's just So
And a lot of those are those career, let's be honest, the career colleges, right?
actually they did talk about in the magazine. Yeah, they did. They talked about how career colleges have
Yeah.
been cashing in
So
on.
that's the
on that.
biggest problem of
Yeah.
all that. Like your actual universities and colleges like Algonquin College and Humber and
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
they still have foreign students for sure, and
Yeah.
and a lot. I think what I kind of like about that is they do pay a lot of money,
oh
which
yeah,
actually subsidizes our children, like Canadians. So it's kind of a net benefit. But these darn career colleges that
Yeah.
have been left to grow unvetted,
yeah,
like I see them everywhere too. Like when you
Yeah.
actually look for them, it's like, oh, I went to the Saint Laurent Mall recently
Mhm.
to a movie, and there's like some sort of career college.
That's been there forever.
Yeah, that
actually.
one.
Yeah,
So, it has, eh? It's
I
not
think
a
so.
new one.
Yeah, it's not new, but they're
But
probably.
I could imagine that they could have 90% foreign students
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to learn hairdressing or whatever they teach
yeah,
there,
I'm not really
and
sure.
they probably charge them like
an arm and a leg.
crazy
Yeah.
money,
Yeah,
and we get no benefit from that.
No.
Like I don't know if that's like a for-profit thing. Like whoever runs the
Oh, I'm
college
sure
gets
that's
all
for
the
profit.
money.
That's
like
for
the
profit.
government's not
Yeah.
getting the money,
No, it's
which
not
I'd
going back.
probably be more okay with.
Well, yeah,
which
for sure.
sounds crazy, but
Well, no, I mean if they can, but
Yeah.
the problem there is, I think what you're getting at is
yeah,
they come out of the career college
Ugh.
with what?
with something that we probably don't need in this country.
Like,
They're
do we
not
need-
doctors, right?
Yeah, right. So we
Yeah.
definitely need doctors, but then do we
Or
need another?
tradespeople.
Do we
even.
need another person that is a hairdresser?
I think a lot of it is like bookkeeping and hairdressing. Like those are great too, but it sounds like
Yeah,
maybe we don't need that quantity of
yeah,
them,
yeah.
especially from abroad.
So then-
I don't know.
So what happens now is you're seeing a lot of division among people,
Sure.
and then all of a sudden the race card gets played on the immigration front, where it's not really about race, because I think Canadians are very tolerable people, and
God, super.
I love
powerful.
I love talking to people that are from different countries.
Yeah, sure.
you know, and finding out about their homeland. And we were all kind of immigrants here.
We all are.
My parents, you know, my dad came over. My mom,
That's right.
although she was born here, like her family came over from Italy.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I think what the problem is, and rather than addressing that issue, they automatically go pull out the race card.
Yeah.
The government and other people saying, okay, well, rather than saying, yeah, we don't have the infrastructure to support another million people,
trying to fix it. Yeah.
Then it's like you're racist if you don't want, you know, people from India or China coming over.
Nobody's willing for the short-term pain of addressing the entire system.
It's easier just to play
the
racism card.
Yeah, which is nobody wins from that.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So speaking of our sad federal parties, heard an interesting.
I did an interview with Mr. Singh the other day.
You did not.
I did.
So this is what I heard. I wonder. Oh no, this was on CBC this morning, but you can fill in the gaps or supplement it.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you hear the CBC, you know, call a spade with liberals or New Democrats, anyone from the left.
Right.
But this morning journal I was listening to on the way over here actually was talking about one of the recent polls and how lowly performing those two parties are, the Liberals and the New Democrats, but really coming out against the NDP and saying, how on earth are they still relevant? Because with the Liberals tumbling, you'd think the NDP would be gaining. But that is not the case.
Well, I think what's been shooting the NDP in the feet,
it's unreal,
has been their support of the Liberals.
Yeah,
through every scandal.
I can't believe it. Yeah,
Mr. Singh comes out and says, Trudeau this and the Liberals that, but then no, we're still going to support.
Can you imagine tying your cart to that horse?
Yeah,
I don't get so.
The interview,
even Canadians from the far left are now like, I think we all feel bad. This is my whole point of this discussion. We're screwed.
Yeah.
But if you are a left-leaning Canadian, you are super screwed because you're not. You see that, right? You want. I would want, even though I'm not supporting the NDP this time around. I think everybody does well with strong parties, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I look at the far left, and they have zero strength. Like, how do you vote for that party that doesn't even have its own platform, and they're just hanging on to the Liberals, which they probably don't even like?
They figure they do have their own platform, which is that the ones, you know, they take credit for dental. They take credit for $10 childcare.
Sure.
They take credit for the food program. All these social programs, the NDP is taking credit for.
Yeah. Even though the Liberals did it.
Well, it's part of their whole
alliance,
supply and confidence deal.
Right.
Right. So, and I think that's why Jagmeet, he can come out and say whatever he wants, but the fact of one is that the NDP does not want an election now because they have no money. They're basically broke.
They have no support in the polls.
And that's number two, which is a bigger problem.
Yeah.
So in speaking, and I talked to him offline after the interview.
Yeah.
He was doing it with our affiliate in Toronto.
Nice.
But in that he was just discussing what he's been saying the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, grocery prices. He blames
he's a blamer. Yeah, he's a blamer, and there's no real solutions provided.
But
right?
I find all the politicians.
Well, that's my point.
Or
too.
parties,
they're all like that.
They all pitch their ideas to the lowest common denominator, where it's much more complicated than.
They're all trying to be populists. Is that
exactly?
The term? Yeah, they're not really saying who they are or what they are.
Well, how can you come out and blame grocery prices when there's a lot that goes into grocery prices?
But give me a party that's going to come right out there and not be populist and say exactly what they think we should be doing, right or wrong. I'm probably maybe going to vote for them.
Yeah,
just because they're going to be honest and unpopulist.
Yeah. Now, talking to Jagmeet offline after the interview.
Yeah, cool.
Or before.
Yeah.
I just asked him what his summer was looking like and that sort of thing. He's basically on the campaign trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
for all but maybe a week when his
When is
when his
the-
sister-in-law is giving birth and he's
Okay.
got to watch his kids because his wife is going to go support
Oh, good for him.
sister-in-law, which is
But
nice.
when is the election got to be held by?
Next October 25th, 2025.
Oh, so he thinks it could happen earlier, though. Interesting.
Well, all the parties are basically they've been on the campaign trail
Okay,
for
so here's a
forever.
bold prediction by Duff, and you may not like it.
Okay.
In fact, I know you won't,
Okay.
because you're a bit of a card-carrying
No, I let those
far
lapse.
righty, right? If the Liberal Party keeps your buddy Justin Trudeau as leader,
Yeah.
they're going to get demolished. Okay,
Well,
and many people will plug their nose and vote for the Conservatives, including myself,
Right.
probably if
Right.
Trudeau stays on.
right.
If Trudeau finds a way to not let his arrogance and his power tripping ruin the party
Yeah.
and steps aside and
Yeah.
a smart, handsome man of some kind or woman gets in there and woos the country
Yeah.
with logic and common
Not
sense,
going to happen.
I'm voting for them.
It's not going to happen.
Well, I told you wouldn't like it. I wish I could
Not that I
remember
don't like
the
it.
name.
It's just not going to happen.
You just don't think Trudeau will step aside.
No.
If he
said
doesn't,
he's
then
not.
that's at the demise of
However-
the country and the party.
However, I
Yeah.
will say
Yeah.
there is a by-election tomorrow.
Yeah.
In Toronto. We're recording this on a Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
By-elections on Monday.
Yeah.
In Toronto, I think the riding's called like St. George or
Yeah.
something like
It's
that.
been in the Liberal hands since like the 80s
Forever.
or something. Yeah.
Now, I
you
was
think
listening.
that'll dictate Trudeau's plans? Maybe?
Well, here's the thing. I was listening to some, like, there's been advanced polling, and not polling, polls. Like where you go
voting. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah,
Polling.
advanced
Oh,
voting.
yeah. The polls are the
And people come out
projections.
and so
Yeah.
CBC was there and they're asking them, well, what do you think? And they're like, they're still liberal,
Yeah.
but all the people that they talked to
Yeah.
said it's time for Trudeau to go.
Yeah.
So they might still win that riding.
He won't.
But
oh my
The
God.
thing is that the people that even
Those-
voted liberal still want Trudeau to step down.
And Trudeau will take that as a show of support and not
Exactly.
step down, and the
Exactly.
party's gonna get decimated.
But everybody they talked to who was
It's
a liberal
so-
supporter,
I know.
they said, well, he needs to step down.
It's so wrong. If
Yeah.
he steps down, not only will liberal supporters be happy, but there'll be a flood of people from left and right.
He's got to do what his dad did:
walk away,
walk away,
walk
and then
away.
he can come back
Come back
after
later. Yeah.
after
after
the
someone else
Conservatives screw it all
fixes
up.
it. Yeah. No, we're just done. Like the way he acts on the world stage too, it's embarrassing.
Oh, I'll give you a funny story.
Well, the friggin'
No,
all
I'll
the
get.
G7s, and he shouts out something in Ukrainian, and everybody's looking at him like he's an idiot. It's
That
not
was
cool.
funny. That was funny. That wasn't the story, but
That's
that's kind
embarrassing.
of funny as well.
Yeah, okay.
I remember that one. But so I wouldn't say an insider, but I get to be around the federal
you're an
politics
insider.
a lot,
Yeah.
right? So when he left for that G7 trip,
Yeah.
I went and covered that
Sure.
in his flight, right? So I show up. It's like 6:45 a.m. The flight's at 8.
Nice.
Right. So we do our little hits for the news or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I'm waiting for Trudeau to arrive and get on the plane.
Oh.
I get a shot of that. So there's
Who did he go with? Anyone?
no, it's basically just him. I mean,
Okay.
I'm
Well, sometimes he brings his kids with him.
no, they didn't go.
Or Melanie Jolie or something.
No, she didn't go.
Okay.
So there's 4 camera guys.
Yeah.
Me, and then like CBC, SRC, and
Yeah.
was CTV.
CTV.
Yeah. Right? And so it was a nice shot, actually. They had him come out of the hangar, like
Yeah.
the it says Canada
Yeah.
with the flags,
Yeah.
and then he walks across the tarmac, and he runs up the stairs. He gets to the top of the stairs, and he turns around, and he waves.
You guys.
He's like waving like there's
Like
a
there's
ton
a
of
big
people
crowd.
there.
That's
Meanwhile, there's four camera guys, 4 of us. They're paving the tarmac
yeah.
beside, so there's construction
Yeah.
workers there. I don't even know if they were looking over.
That's awesome.
And then he waved to in the middle, which was us.
He's literally
and then
waving to different places.
Yeah, he waved to the right, which was the construction
Yeah.
workers. He waved to the middle, which is us four cameramen.
Yeah.
Then he waved to the left, which was empty.
Nobody.
And that's what you get on TV. It's like,
Oh my God.
it was hilarious. And I'm laughing. It's like, why didn't he just turn around and nod
But that's what we're
and get on
dealing
the
with.
plane?
Yeah.
It's like, why would he do that? That's what I don't understand. He's waving at nobody.
That's that.
But you see that on TV without any context.
It sums it up right
Sounds like, it looks like maybe he's waving at a
No.
crowd of people standing there,
there. No.
which was a bunch of construction workers and 4 camera guys.
For everyone's sake, if he steps down, the party will probably get a really charismatic leader that will win a lot of
Yeah.
votes away from.
I don't know if
left
they
and right.
have another charismatic leader there.
Well, I heard a few names tossed around. I don't remember any of them right now. Like
Yeah.
good people, like good, a private sector successful type people. Not like him.
Yeah.
Not just generational wealth, that sort of
Yeah,
thing. Like
yeah.
just new. I mean, Mark Carney was tossed around at one point,
Yeah,
but
but nobody
he's
likes
got
him.
better things to do now. Yeah, and I don't. He might have a bit of an edge to him as well.
Yeah.
He wants someone nice and personable and
Yeah,
happy,
Yeah.
just nice. Like,
Yeah.
is that too much to ask for?
exactly.
Unarrogant, like someone that'll represent Canada properly.
Certainly not Freeland.
No, no, definitely
Right.
not. I mean, you want the skills and knowledge as well,
Mm-hmm.
and not just a pretty face. Like,
Well, I don't even know if she's a pretty face.
well, she's nice. They're all like, no, they all. I think they
She
all.
is a bit arrogant. I
Well,
like
they
Jolly
grew-
myself because she's actually
She seems less arrogant.
she's
she's
been nice to me. I
Yeah.
can't complain.
good.
She gives
Yeah.
little jokes. while I'm
Anyways,
standing there.
you heard my bold take. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the way we're wrapping up this segment. If the Liberals choose a new leader, they're going to win in a landslide.
Mhm.
If they don't, the Conservatives are going to win in a landslide.
Yeah.
Like there's no in the middle. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a minority parliament at
Yeah.
all, no matter what. Next time.
Oh
around.
no!
That's-
Doesn't look like it.
It's going to be one way or the other,
Yeah.
and the choice is totally within our present
Yeah,
PM's hands.
that's a wrap. On
That's
politics.
a wrap. No, from one
DDT
sad,
and Duff's
yeah,
political.
politics, 60 seconds in politics.
More
Eh?
like 16
Yeah.
minutes.
The exuberant state of Canadian football and Copa America.
Oh, we're not getting to
All-
my Italy trip.
Not yet. All our
Oh, we're making
international
everybody wait for the
listeners
big
will
update.
probably care about this story, but
Mhm.
sadly, I don't think Canadians like the football. It's not a thing anymore. Or I'm sorry, it never was.
And when you say football, it's not the Canadian Football League; it's the soccer.
The soccer.
Yeah.
The soccer. So Canada, as you know, is hosting,
Just to clarify.
co-hosting the World Cup in a couple of years.
Yeah.
We are in the second, well, some say second or third biggest soccer tournament in the world, right? After the Euros, potentially.
But do you know that? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The Copa America
Yeah,
is actually just a South American.
correct. But it's been evolving and it's been inviting a few of the CONCACAF teams
Because
in, right?
it's being held in North America,
That's right.
in
Yeah.
U.S.
Yeah. Well, they realize an opportunity when they see it, The
Yeah.
U.S. has a plethora of beautiful, large stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
And the U.S. team's not bad. They're always
Yeah.
in the top, I'd say, 20 of the world, right?
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
They're hot. They're
No,
up
they're
there.
always up there. Like, they're always,
they?
between them and Mexico, they're always 1-2
okay.
for CONCACAF,
Oh, well, yeah.
right? And then that puts you middle of the pack, at least, I'd say, for
Yeah.
Copa. Anyways, hell of a tournament. Canada has a new coach and some world-class strikers, I'd say. And I'm still hopeful that they will pull something off here.
You know, Davies is not a striker, right?
He's not right now.
He's a
They are mo-
defender.
That is
But
all
but the plan-
strategy, dude.
Well, yeah, but he moves up the field.
It's all. I
Yeah.
love it. You know what?
Yeah.
The first game I saw that, I'm like, WTF,
Mm.
But I like it
Mhm.
because he will move into the play when
Mhm.
needed, and you still got one of your surest feet
Mhm.
on the back line,
Mhm.
right, when needed.
Mhm.
So I think that worked really well. It worked almost to perfection against France. We just couldn't pull
Well,
something
who's
off.
actually good is the Canadian keeper.
Oh, my God.
Like in that game against Argentina,
Unreal.
they lost 2-0.
Yeah.
However,
had
it could have
3
been
or
about 4 or
Yeah,
5-0.
He
Which
had 3 or 4 like one-on-one saves against Messi.
exactly.
Unreal.
And by the
Super
way,
exciting.
did DDT not predict?
Oh,
We'd
yeah, that
lose
was
2-0.
Tough. That was tough. Yeah, tough prediction.
I
there.
predicted.
Yeah,
that.
world number 1 against.
I said
like,
maybe 3, but
Yeah, well, maybe
it was 2-0, but it could have been more, if not for the keeper.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, yeah, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. I liked the game, and we shared your buddy Esquino. What's his name?
Who?
The co-captain.
Oh, Osorio.
No,
Who's the co-captain? I thought it was
ESQ something.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy. He had chances, man. He should have buried one at the end of the first half.
But I couldn't believe the defensive. Like, you're the last man back,
Yeah.
and you give the ball away.
Oh my God. How do you?
You're the last guy.
But how do you
And you gotta
turn?
end up give the
How
turn
do you
the ball
turn
over.
a corner kick into a friggin' breakaway for the other team? That happened like
Well,
more
it's
than
because you
once.
give the ball away.
Anyways,
Like you see the pass.
Yeah.
There was one specific, and I'm like thinking,
yeah,
the midfielder is going the wrong way.
yeah.
And then to get the pass, like
Sure.
he should have gone the opposite way. He
Well,
would have been wide open.
Yeah, so it's a learning experience,
So
right?
he goes the
against-
wrong way
Yeah.
first, and then the defender decides, well, I'm going to pass it to him anyway, instead of turning around and going back to the keeper.
So look at what we've just accomplished, though. Okay, lowly Canada. Okay,
Yeah.
plays the top 2 teams in the world to a combined 2-0 defeat.
Yeah.
Right, 0-0 against France.
Yeah.
And then the 2-0 to Argentina, where we were on the same pitch with them, man. I think if they play like that in the next 2 games, there's a chance we get out of this round, which would be an exceptional accomplishment.
Was it Chile or Peru that came fourth in the last Copa America?
We talked about that last night, and I do not know.
It was one of those 2 teams. So it's
But
like
again, a
not
lot
like Canada has.
No, but a lot changes in 4 years. You're right. People think like people still think, oh, now it's easy, right? No, you're right. We can't assume anything against anyone. We're just not there yet.
Yeah.
But if we play like we've played, those 2 teams tied each other, actually, which opens up an even bigger opportunity, right?
Yeah.
If we can pull off a win and a tie, we're in for sure.
Yeah.
And is
Yeah.
that possible? I don't know. I'm sure
Well,
hoping, because Duff's off to see one of those games.
I was just going to say, so
Yeah.
as I have an updates to my trip
Yeah.
to Italy,
Let's get to that. We'll update
Well,
the
no.
listeners now on mine. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have a bit of a
bonus
poop
trip.
show, a shit show
Yeah.
for your trip.
I don't even know.
Because you were
if
trying to persuade JB
I don't
and
even
I.
know if I want to get into all
Well,
that.
you were trying to persuade JB and I
Okay.
to go to the
So, and I
game
eventually...
in Miami, is it?
I like to throw opportunities out there to you clowns, but rarely do they ever get seized, right? So I figured enough's enough. I didn't think you guys were serious about even trying to go.
Well, I always said no because
Yeah, but money doesn't
I know
matter.
money doesn't matter,
Money
but in
doesn't
this
matter.
case, money does because I have none.
So, Game 3 in the group stage sees Canada and Chile facing off next Saturday in Orlando. So here's Duff thinking, when are you going to get this opportunity? Like, I'm disappointed it's now. If this was in the summer, I'd have been in Kansas City, man, on Tuesday to see that game. Like, that's drivable. But I'm not
Yeah.
sure about driving to Florida for a soccer game, right? So Duff goes online. His favorite travel site, Expedia. Brought to you by Expedia.ca. Let's see what a package would cost, right? Ottawa to Orlando, couple of nights,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
Comes back, first go, it comes back at, 1,800, 1,900 for 2. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, my budget in my mind going into this is $2,000 total for
Right.
everything. I got a couple of bucks, and I like to treat my son to a trip, to end the
Yeah.
school year, whatever. So then I'm thinking of our good pal JB and how he drives to Syracuse all the time for these trips. So
Yeah.
second search, Syracuse to Orlando. Boom. What? I'm like, there's got to be an error here,
Yeah.
There's got to be an error. 480 or something return, including 3 nights. Okay, Canadian. Out
For
of
one
Syrac-
person.
For one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 people, $990. I
You're
book
like-
it.
you're
I
like,
basically
done.
I basically book it.
Sold.
Sold. Done.
Yeah.
Basically book it. Think I'm done. Check with my wife. I wanted to go. What? I didn't think you were serious.
Your partner?
my partner. But I wanted to go. All right. Let's just see if I can grab her a flight. Same flight.
Yeah.
I go in. I'm looking at my flight. Leaving Saturday at 6 o'clock from Syracuse. You know when the game
6
is?
a.m.? Oh,
Night.
6 p.m., yeah.
8 p.m. game.
Oh, well, they would never make it.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
I made an error. I'm friggin' panicking.
Oh, right. You made a mistake, which
Yeah.
is what I did on my...
Yeah. I booked the flight at the wrong day because
Wrong
when
day.
I friggin' did the initial search, I said Friday, and the cheapest one pops up is that on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't happy.
Well, I guess.
So I'm off
Oh,
fire.
here she is.
Yeah.
I need the charger.
Oh, what's this for?
We're running out of juice on the computer.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, dear.
Your partner.
My partner.
So I'm freaking out. My partner, calms me down. So I'm like, I'm trying to like cancel. I can't cancel anything. I call them up, shout out to Expedia.ca. Long story short, I guess I didn't know this. Like within a 48, 24-hour window, you can cancel, I guess. Even though I friggin' chose all the I'm not canceling for any reason, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, all canceled, whatever. I go back in.
Yes, you can do that within 24 or 40.
Now, is that a rule for
It is.
like everyone, including
I think that is a new law.
like airlines,
I
hotel,
believe so.
everything?
Because I did the same thing, right?
Okay.
Remember? Like I booked, we're going from July 21st.
You
come
had
back on the
everyone
9th.
coming back a week early.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyways, I was
Don't know how
happy
that
to
happened.
cancel it all.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing everything pending on my credit card. I'm a little nervous, but I guess it's all going to sort out.
Yeah, mine didn't get charged.
Yeah.
So
So I go back in. I basically do the same damn thing, and I go right in and I browse all the flights, not the first one that's still trying to send me on the Saturday. Book 3 tickets, leaving from Syracuse at like 7 at night or something. So lots of time, like work Friday, still lots of time to get to Syracuse and go. So get this, 3 flights and 3 nights in a nice hotel right in downtown Orlando, pool, everything, free breakfast. All of this, get this, for 1,800 Canadian. I'm super,
nice.
and I don't even have to pay it all now
Yeah.
because the other wage earner's coming, right?
Oh, yeah. that's
So
right.
now I'm looking at
There you go.
$900 for this trip.
There you go.
900.
That's good.
How exciting is that, DDT?
Yeah.
So then I go
Yeah.
on. I'm thinking, I'm going to get great seats. No one's going to this game, whatever.
Yeah.
This friggin' stadium in Orlando.
He almost didn't get tickets to the game.
Well, there were tickets.
Imagine that.
I know.
What are you sitting in the nosebleeds?
Oh, we're in the nosebleeds.
Or you're in the outside? You're sitting outside of the
You
stadium.
know what? We're in the nosebleeds.
Watching the big screen?
We're in the nosebleeds up high. I don't even care. Like at this point,
It's all who are they playing on the next
Chile.
weekend? So it's all the Chileans that are
I'm.
there.
I don't want to say I'm nervous, but I'm nervous. Yeah. Like I watched that
There ain't gonna be
Argentina
any
game
Canadians
against
there.
Canada in a stadium of 70,000. There had to be 68,000 Argentinian fans. Like it's not even a comparison.
Yeah.
So at this, I guess I'm hoping there's more like local American soccer fans and that to kind of balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be predominantly Chileans.
Probably.
And there might be a smattering of Canadians. Now,
Yeah.
what sucks is usually at these big soccer tournaments, there's assigned seating for the fans.
Mm.
So I can't figure that out. We could be surrounded by Chileans, man.
Exactly.
It's a good thing my partner is studying Spanish on Duolingo. Eh? Anyways.
What are you going to sing? Ole,
Yeah.
ole, ole, ole.
But so I looked at the seating chart. Yeah, there
How
wasn't
much
a
do the tickets cost?
well, let me get to that.
Oh,
there
sorry.
wasn't a ton of tickets left.
Yeah.
Anything that was left would have been upper half of the upper level, 2-level stadium. So I don't think it's a 70,000 seat stadium like in Georgia or in Kansas City or whatever.
Right.
But like it looks more almost like a soccer specific stadium, but it's probably 50 or 60,000 maybe. So it'll be
So-
the biggest crowd.
So it's in Orlando, right?
It's in Orlando.
I believe they have an MLS team.
Yeah, so I think it's that stadium.
Okay.
Let's try to do a quick fact check here. as
Another
I
one.
talk.
Oh, my God.
What's it called?
Going to be editing a lot.
Fact check. Fact check.
I kind of hope it's smaller. Whoa, that's really small. $25,500.
Okay.
Yeah, like what a city. How come this is the difference?
Well, if
in
that's the
States,
MLS
right?
team.
Yeah, but look at this. There's a stadium nearby called Camping World Stadium,
Mm-hmm.
60,000.
Yeah.
Like who the heck's playing in that then? Like they don't have an NFL team or anything in Orlando,
They
right?
don't. But
Red
they do
Bull
have an MLS
Arena,
team, though.
Kia Center. Like there's a tip. Oh my God, America First Field 20. They must have. Florida State maybe plays there.
Oh, yeah,
It
it's
must be a
possible.
college thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a city no bigger than Ottawa with like no less than 3
What's the
major
population of
stadiums.
Orlando?
Oh, I'm guessing $1 million.
Oh, got to be more
Fact
than
check.
that.
Another quick fact
Oh,
check.
jeez.
Orlando population. Anyhow, nothing available but top level, spread around. So I just went with the cheapest seats I could get.
Yeah.
About 70 US, so
That's not
about
bad.
100 Canadian.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all for a world class event.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Now, is the partner going to the game, too?
yes.
Okay.
That was something I wasn't expecting either. But yeah, the 3 of us will be there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
all in all,
So you're less stressed now because you fixed the mistake.
much less. And you know what? I'm leaving at a reasonable time. Like part of the stress was, worrying about work responsibilities and travel, like everything now.
Yeah, but it's like the last day of school, for God's sakes.
It's still a work day though, right? So I'm not one of those.
Is it like a
people.
PD day? I think
No,
it's a PD day.
It's a paid day, so I'm
Ah,
not.
but now you're
gonna mess
leaving
with anyone.
after work anyway, right?
Yeah. So hang on.
What time's your flight
Orlando
again?
Population. What do you think? Orlando population
2 million.
316,000.
That's it?
Well, I'm gonna do Metro now.
Metro, yeah.
That's probably like saying Toronto's population is 1.
Toronto's population is, 2 million.
but all around it.
GTA is
yeah.
over 6, yeah.
Metro. Orlando. Population. 2.6 million.
2.6 million.
Metro Orlando.
Yeah.
There you go.
So bigger than Ottawa. We're at 1.5-ish.
Yeah, much bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, trip of a lifetime for a soccer match, right?
Yeah.
3 nights, 3 flights, 3 tickets, $2,000 Canadian. Can't complain.
There you go.
Now, how about you? Everybody's wondering about the trip to Italy.
Should we get that, or should we go to
the trip to
keep on sports and talk about the Oilers for a
Well,
minute?
no. Updates on the trip to Italy.
Really?
Yeah. Did you
don't
book
wanna
a
talk about the Oilers?
car? Oh, I do, but I think if we decide to quit at any moment, we have to get this out of the way first.
That's true. Or else you'd be getting bugged more. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And since we might not do another podcast until
For a bit, yeah.
until after the
Summer
trip.
Is this a summer special or the last of season 4?
Well, we haven't done a season 4 episode in forever.
So you want to make this the official season 4 finale?
Okay, sure.
We could almost bust this up into 2 segments. You should think about that. When you're editing
No,
everything,
because
if somewhere in the middle you could...
it's good. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's good, but
Well, it's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah. As
People
far
are wondering,
yes.
have you thought about luggage volume for this trip when you are booking cars, trains, planes, all this
and
stuff?
automobiles.
Yeah.
So, well, you said cars. So, I don't know what the last update was. It's been a while.
The last update was you hadn't finalized anything on that. So people are wondering if you're going to have to like ditch bags at the train station because you can't fit it in the train.
I have not finalized that
Okay.
still.
So that's good.
Got
to
a
know.
month now.
That's good. We look forward to that.
So the deal. So yeah, I booked the car. Now there's only going to be 5 people in the car.
Okay.
And I booked a SUV.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's good. That was cheap actually. It's only about $1,100-$1,200 Canadian for a week
For a car for a week?
for an SUV.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you upgraded.
No,
To a
it was
bigger
always an
vehicle.
SUV.
Oh, I thought it was a Volkswagen at some point.
Well, it is a Volkswagen SUV.
Ooh, but in Europe, that could mean
Smaller.
small.
Yeah.
5 people plus all the... It's the luggage we keep coming back to.
I don't know. Like I'm still talking
if it's
to
5
my
carry-ons, no problem.
partner/wife
Yeah.
about
you might
that.
need a trailer or a roof rack is what I'm saying.
Like my mother-in-law was here a couple weekends ago or and I noticed that she brought a couple of small suitcases.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work still. That's still a debate, an argument between my partner and I.
Oh my God.
I'm like, let's just take one suitcase
Yeah.
because we have one that would fit probably all our clothes plus our son's clothes. And then my daughter was going to bring one.
I would suggest 5 carry-ons.
Then Stewie is going to bring one, I imagine.
God, I don't get it, man.
So that would be at least 3 luggages right there, right?
It's not going to work, dude.
It should fit in the car, I would say. 3 luggages.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be 3.
I don't know if it's going to be 3.
Yeah.
It might be more.
If it's
because
3,
I'm
you're
looking
good.
at the bags that are down there
Yeah.
that my mother-in-law brought over.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be a lot of olive oil coming back
Yeah.
in those luggages.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So it's
stick
like, what?
with 3,
I'm
and
like,
then
I don't know.
on the way back, no problem, right?
Well, yeah, because we won't have the rental car. But it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to cost me more money to pay for the luggage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. And then, well, I'll have to wait and see because we're still kind of planning that part out. That's going to be a poop show.
And have you had any contact with the ancestral Detonis for
Yes.
this? And they're expecting
Everything's good there.
Is it now?
Well, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have my doubts there
I
as well.
booked. So we're good for 6 people
At someone's house.
at my cousin's house.
Your cousin.
Or they have like an Airbnb there.
So that's where you're going.
So they're good for a couple days there for us.
And you have the exact dates set.
Exactly.
And they're
then,
keeping it open for you.
Exactly. And then I just booked for my sister-in-law and her daughter
Oh, you're doing all their
a
bookings
little
as well.
a bed and breakfast
Now,
for
why
them.
are you doing the work for them?
Well, it's just because it's just the 2 days that
I
they
can't
weren't going to
believe.
be with us
Yeah, but why wouldn't they just do their
at
own
the same
thing?
place.
Why are you doing it for them?
I'm nice.
That's very
I'm
nice.
a nice
of you.
brother-in-law.
All right.
So I
hope
booked
they're
that.
happy with it.
They're happy. They were like, whatever. But then they asked
Okay.
questions.
I
of
bet you
course.
they will.
Yeah. But that's all good.
And nobody does anyone speak Italian in this entire group?
Yeah,
Who?
Yeah. My
Who?
sister-in-law does.
Your sister-in-law speaks Italian.
Yeah.
But your
Wife
partner,
sort of
wife,
does.
does not.
Yeah. Sort of.
Huh. Sort of.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the only other thing that we were working
Is your
on,
mother-in-law coming on this trip?
she's not. She'll be there in her hometown.
No, your mother-in-law.
She's not coming with us per se, but when we get there, she'll already be there.
Oh, okay. She'll be there.
Yeah.
She must speak
She's
Italian.
going. Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's going next week on the 3rd. I think.
Wow, she'll be over there much before you.
Oh
then.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's going for a couple months.
In this house that
Yeah.
apparently is hers.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that'll be good proof if it's true by the time you get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. She'll already be there, which is good. But the other thing that we're working on now is what do we do for phones?
I would, again, give you a
Right.
suggestion that you probably won't
Okay.
take me up on.
Go for it.
But it's called Aerolo. You get yourself an Aerolo eSIM card for Italy, man.
Okay.
It's
Here's the
best.
problem.
There's no problem.
No. I checked into that.
Yeah.
My phone is not compatible with eSIM. I have an older Samsung.
Oh,
Yes.
you're kidding.
No.
You have that old of a phone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't going to work for you then.
I'm saving money, man.
But money doesn't matter. Now, you have a couple phones, don't you?
Well, one's a work phone.
Maybe you could just use the work phone.
Well, I'm going to leave that at home.
I would leave the one that doesn't work at home.
Yeah. Well, the eSIM, I mean, I could possibly do that and put an eSIM on it. I'd have to check with work to see.
Or you go
But
buy another phone.
but here's the thing. You can get a SIM,
Yeah.
like a physical
A
SIM
physical
card.
SIM for
which
your
is
old phone.
Probably what I'm going to do.
For
Mhm.
Italy when you're
Yes.
there.
Exactly.
Okay. That's
And they actually deliver it here so that when I get it here,
You can do that.
yeah.
Okay.
It's for 1 month with about 10 gigabytes of data.
Yeah.
It's $35 Canadian.
That's not bad. That's
Yeah.
comparable to the eSIMs.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, trying
Yeah.
to keep pace with that, I guess.
Yeah. So and they deliver it to your house, which I
Okay.
can get it ordered and delivered here.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, I just put
Change
in the SIM card,
Okay.
and I'll have like a phone.
Okay.
So I could probably get one for my daughter as well.
How did people ever do it in the past?
You had the book.
You had a book.
You had a book. I mean, I traveled across Europe back in the 90s when there was no.
You didn't need it,
You
so
didn't need
you
it.
should just go back to those skills, maybe.
Yeah.
Now your daughter probably has a phone that would work with the eSIM.
I think it would work.
I'm assuming
an eSIM with her.
Pretty.
But we
easy.
tried that though.
Did you?
For down in the States, and there was some issue with it. I don't know what it was. Even though it's supposed to be compatible with eSIM.
Well, the funny
not
thing
a very
is,
not a very exciting update though, right?
it's super boring. But
It
I'm
was.
fascinated with it. Like, your daughter should be taking advantage of the fact she's in the States enough just to get an American phone that probably has roaming.
She
gear.
doesn't.
That would be a
she
better
has
deal.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is actually with Verizon.
Yeah, you guys had your
here.
Verizon issues. Yeah.
Yeah, but she was spent 3 hours on the phone with them.
Right.
And they said, well, why didn't, like, she wanted to keep her number.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, we have a plan. They said, well, in the end, we just, you can buy our plan. You can use it in Canada.
Sure. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So that's what she did. She paid for 3 months
Okay.
up front, 35 US per month.
I think that's fair.
And her phone works up here.
Okay.
She doesn't pay roaming charges.
Moving on.
But my boring update for Italy, that's
Yeah.
for all you Podbeanskis.
Yeah,
I'm
finish
sorry it
up.
wasn't more
We got
exciting.
More topics here. No, that
I'm
was
sure
good.
it was more exciting for
I
you.
think what'll be exciting is the post-mortem of this trip.
Yeah.
Like
there's going to be like,
all the messes and
there's going to be arguments.
you show up at someone's doorstep and they don't know who you are. And nobody speaks English or Italian.
yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
But, the whole luggage thing is a bit of a shit
Yeah.
show for sure because, like I said, I noticed my mother-in-law bring 2
Yeah.
extra luggages here.
And you're not
and
saying
I'm
no to that. Yeah.
Trying to argue with my wife, like, why did your mom bring these luggages?
I can't wait. It's going to be interesting. Keep us updated.
That's the first argument.
So, a quick...
I don't think she understands, like, the SUV doesn't fit.
Of course she doesn't.
It's going to be like sitting on people's
Money doesn't
laps.
matter, man. No, it'll just be an extra $200 at the airport.
Top grade?
Or once you're over there, like a roof rack or something. The online selling of vintage finds never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah.
I threw an ad up the other day for garden shears.
Garden
Okay.
shears.
3 small handheld garden shears with
Yeah.
probably a 1-foot blade on each one, 12-inch blade.
Yeah.
And then a long-handled one where you could reach up high and cut.
Yeah.
Okay, so a total of 4 garden shears
Yeah.
for $20. Like, I just want to give it away.
Nice.
Lots of hits, but
Yeah.
one person.
Who you think
When-
it's me?
Well, let me read it out to you. When can I come pick up the shears?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for asking. Let me know if you're serious. I'm in Canada, all 4 for $20.
Yeah.
Period. Well, Duff, the sooner you send me the address, the sooner you get your cash.
Oh.
That's
Saucy.
so whenever someone's identifying me as
Saucy.
Duff, it sounds like
They know you.
I feel like it's someone that knows me.
Yeah.
So then
Well, it is called Duff's Vintage Finds.
Yeah. So then by the second time I go in, it's, yeah, Duff, still waiting. I'm a retired NORAD operator after 47 years, and I really want these shears to help keep the grass trimmed up at my property.
How would being a retired NORAD
I don't know.
operator
But
be
that's what
any
tells me. Now I'm thinking
relevant
it's
to
a
anything.
joke.
Yeah.
So I go outside, I set everything there. I'm trying to send the my address and everything, and I'm
Yeah.
like, nothing's working.
Right.
Like, it's almost like the guy went just canceled
Dark.
everything after that point.
Right.
Like, he said his little funny joke, and that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So yeah, I still have the shears if anybody's interested. But what a pain in the butt! I go outside,
That's
I set
weird,
them
man.
all out. I'm like, he really stuck it to me. He
He
or
did,
she.
yeah.
That person's name was Kim. Kim.
Yeah, it could be he or she, I guess.
I think it's my buddy Nanad.
Yeah, he's like playing you.
His wife's name is Kim.
Ah,
He might have
okay.
went on there and fired
Is
this
he a
off.
retired NORAD?
No, he's not. But that's just the sort of thing that he would
Yeah.
think is funny.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So, anyways, yeah, I thought that was a good one.
It wasn't
so, yeah.
me, Duff. I can tell you that.
Nah, you know what?
Maybe
though?
JB though. He's not
no,
here.
it's too. It's too. It's not his style.
Yeah,
No.
that's true.
I can think of a few
He's
guys.
more of a dad joke guy.
Yeah, I can think of
Yeah.
a few guys who I think it would apply to, and you would have been one of them. But yeah, I
Nah,
don't
it
think you
wasn't
would have
me.
went in and created a profile and all that.
Yeah, that's too much work.
But you know what? The vintage finds. Yeah, I'm glad I probably dumped $150 worth of crap in the last 2 weeks. So
Oh, yeah?
it adds up. Yeah,
And you
that's
getting
my
your money
ticket to the
back,
game.
or-
That's my ticket to the game
Yeah.
right there. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Winston's having a little stretch.
yeah, like the good things I sold. You know what? I had this giant red piece of plastic, like 4 feet by 4 feet, let's say. We
Yeah.
used it shooting pucks off in the laneway forever.
Yeah.
$20. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this in the backyard thinking, what am I doing with this? Threw it online, $20 gone like that,
Nice.
you know?
Mm.
Got rid of all the shovels. Got rid of a Coleman gas lantern, which these are the things that bug me, okay? This friggin' gas lantern's probably worth $50, right? I'm putting it on there for 10 or 20, and like all this interest and everybody's kicking at it. I'm like, this thing is less than half price. You either want it or you don't.
Yeah.
And then finally one guy's like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Great. Address, boom, gone within an hour. Like,
Nice.
so there's some good people out there, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
so many idiots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And how many times do they just say, is this still available? Now I just hit yes, and that's it. And I move. Like, I don't even spend any time thinking about it because 90% of those people never, in fact,
No,
buy it.
exactly.
Like, if you're asking if something's still available,
Yeah.
you're probably not buying it, is
No.
what I've learned,
Yeah.
which is weird, right?
Why do people ask
But
that?
why do
or
they
just,
ask?
well, because the first thing that comes up,
Oh,
like,
is that
on any of
first
those sites, like,
pre-grammed
as-
bubble? Yeah,
as you know, I bought another car, right?
yeah, yeah.
And you go, it's an Auto Trader,
Oh,
and you go, okay, contact seller,
yeah,
and the automatic
yeah.
thing that's in the response
Is
in
this still available?
Is this still available?
Oh,
Kijiji is the same thing. If you
Yeah.
go there to send an email it's like,
oh.
is this still available?
Yeah, I'm
so I
done.
think people just
Is it
it's
like
like
a
send a message
it's
and
like
they
a
just
nervous tick? Like they just go.
they just click it.
Like if
They
they're
just
sending
send the
that to
seller a
me, are
message.
they sending 80 of those out at everything they browse? Like,
Probably.
Anyways,
They just said send message and they don't even change the message.
like I'm well aware of it now, and you know what? I don't waste any time. If I get a response, anything different than that, I'll spend more time on it. But if it's the standard, is this still available? It's me. It's one click, yes, and I move
I
on.
wouldn't even respond.
Yeah, I'm tempted. Well, I do just in case, but I literally that's it. It takes
Yeah.
me less than a second to hit yes. And
A
I
lot
move
of
on.
people put in the ad, if it's still up, it's still available.
I've tried that. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
really do
work, I
anything.
know. 'Cause people still
The
ask. That's
error-
what they complain about.
Yeah, my biggest error from a seller's standpoint is I've never actually said I'm in Canada on a lot of ads.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not just posting in Canada, I'm posting in Ottawa and region, and
Right.
they're like, where are you? And I'm like, oh, damn. So then I go in and I fix it. And the first thing I say in the ad now is, I'm in Canada.
Oh,
I'm in
okay.
Canada South.
Right.
Boom. So I don't get those questions anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyhow,
Well, good luck with
getting
that.
along. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what? It's okay. If I had more time, I think I'd do better. But you know what? Everything I buy, if I can make $10 off it, is kind of my lucky number.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say I'm probably.
Well, you pay pennies on the dollar, right?
Well, I'm getting collections of crap. Like I'll get a box of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll pay $20 for a box of stuff,
Yeah.
and there might be 8 items in there that I think I can get at least $10 each on.
Right.
So, anyways, yeah, it's
Good return.
It takes time though.
Yeah,
you
it
gotta
does.
be
Got to
Well-
be patient.
patient. And what I've also learned is I can't, for my own sanity and time management, I don't care if it gets stolen. I will put it out on the. I'll say, yeah, I'm putting it on the front porch for you. Put $10 in the mailbox,
Mm.
and 90% of the time that's working.
Mm.
I think.
Really, there's been 10% where
Yeah.
it gets stolen.
I put stuff out and people just will take it, or they'll take it, but they won't put the friggin' money in the mailbox.
Ah.
I can honestly only think of once that's happened, but
Okay.
it has happened.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. Do we need to talk Oilers? It's pretty obvious what's happening there.
Well, yeah, like I think just as a wrap up
Let's wrap it up
for this
on a real
special-
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what a turnaround.
Yeah.
I mean, what
What
the
about
hell
the Odd
happened?
Bunch? I don't get to talk about my
Oh
food
yeah, you want
service.
to talk about that?
Real quick.
Yeah, quick.
So you are a good food subscriber.
Yes, I am.
Where you pay through the teeth every week for a bunch of food, which you pretty much eat. Great.
Yeah.
I.
Well, I've upped it, right? Usually it's
oh
just
my God, you've upped it.
well, it's usually 2 portions, right?
Say no more.
Usually it's 2 portions during
Say
the
no
year because
more.
my daughter's not here.
No, you don't have to give us all the details.
Now she's back,
Sure.
and my son-in-law is now living here.
Son-in-law. I like that. Yeah. So it's
And
basically
so
4 or 5 people now. You're paying through the teeth.
It's
What are you paying a
it's-
week? $100?
It's about 100. No, that's when it's 2 portions.
Oh my God.
So for 4 now, it's 180.
Plus
Approximately.
tax
No, all in.
and tip and delivery.
No, that's all in.
180 a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. But when you think
I don't
about
agree
it,
with
how much
that.
do you pay on
I don't agree with that.
your
That's too
groceries
much.
a week?
Whew.
Because we don't buy, we like our
If
groceries.
that is all you pay in a week, great. But you're probably still going to the grocery store.
We still have to because it's
Okay, we've
just,
talked
that's
about this
just
a million.
dinners. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
We've been there.
I know.
You know how I feel about
know.
that.
But all that said,
Yeah.
now you're
All that said, that's what's funny. Now I'm
Yeah,
doing something similar.
exactly.
But I will tell you,
Yeah.
mine is very different. I
Yes,
have
it's
subscribed to something called The Odd Bunch.
It's not a TV show.
No, and it's not our podcast. It is a
That's a good
box,
name for a podcast.
I know,
though.
eh? It is a box of fruit and vegetables delivered weekly on a Saturday morning
Yeah.
for the grand total of $23 taxes. Well, there's no tax on food, actually. Not mine. There's tax on yours because it's prepared.
Unless you're buying donuts.
If it's prepared in any way.
Ours is not
Yeah.
prepared.
Well, yeah, you're getting prepared meals,
No,
aren't
it's
you?
not prepared. It's not
So
prepared.
no tax?
I don't think so because it's just the
If it's just ingredients,
it's
there
the
shouldn't be any
ingredients.
tax.
Yeah, it's just the ingredients.
Okay, so I'm getting all that delivered by Trek City, no less.
Mm.
Remember those guys?
Yes.
Maybe
Isn't that who you work for?
maybe I can get a discount.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trek City.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the poor fella delivering it. Don't know how much money
He's a
they're
doctor.
making. Yeah, exactly. I saw Dr. John delivering my
exactly.
food.
Yeah.
23 bucks. And this is what we got yesterday. I'm quite happy
So
with
when he
this.
delivers it, you just ask him, "Listen, doc, I got
Yeah.
like this pain."
No, they're right on my hip.
Yeah.
Small box. I would say size of the box. Oh my God! As I look around your office here,
There's no
you know,
boxes. Well,
maybe
down
three,
there, down there.
3 feet by 2 feet by
Okay.
8 inches tall.
Right.
$23. Okay, actually I only paid 12.
There's
for
a
the first
laundry tub in my
one.
office, but
Got a
there's no
huge
box.
discount on the first one. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But
usually do.
moving
Yeah,
forward, it's going to be $23. So we did the math yesterday.
Yeah.
Giant bag of grapes. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know what grapes go for these days.
Yeah. Oh, expensive.
Not cheap, eh?
No.
My wife figured $8 for the grapes. alone.
Depends, but yeah,
Depends
I
where,
used to
right?
pick up a lot of grapes,
Okay.
and I was paying anywhere from 9 to 12.
Oh Jesus. So 8's a good estimate. Like it's on the low end, if anything.
Yeah.
Full pint of blueberries,
Mm-hmm.
which must be at least $6 again, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of these mini cucumbers, which the family really liked. Probably like 3 liters maybe of tomatoes, like beautiful little tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
A head of like a leafy lettuce.
Okay.
Okay. Some carrots and some radishes. So I made a wicked salad yesterday. Same thing
Nice.
today. After that, we had a pineapple,
Oh, okay.
2 pears, and what was the other big thing? A couple cobs of corn.
Hmm.
That might be everything. That's pretty much everything. If I'm
Okay.
missing something, it'd only be probably one thing. But yeah, we did that math, and it was well north of $30,
Mm.
right? And what I like about it is it will force us to be a little healthier. We'll eat a little
Mhm,
bit more
mhm.
greens
Mm-hmm.
and fresh to the door every
Nice.
week. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Nice.
And I like the interactiveness of the website. You can go in.
Yeah.
You saw me go in today, off to Orlando next weekend.
Yeah.
Canceled
the
that
week.
order.
Yeah.
Next one will be the following week. You can go right in and tweak kind of.
When do you have it delivered?
You got to
Fridays?
set everything up by Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Because on Wednesday morning, they must look at everything and they gather everything. They create the boxes on the
Yeah.
Wednesday for shipping on Saturday.
Very similar to.
I like it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Cancel at any time, but
Yeah.
I don't know why they would. I look forward to it.
Good.
And I'll have some fun creating different, soups and salads and
Yeah,
whatnot based on
absolutely.
what I get.
Absolutely.
So huge fan. That's a shout out to Odd Bunch.
Well, we just do that, but on a larger scale.
Much larger scale with
Yeah.
actual proteins and everything.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're meals basically.
Yeah.
You get the chickens, you get the beefs, you get porks, you get
You know what? It's an overall
pasta,
thing. If
whatever.
you're keeping track of your overall expenditures and you think that helps, then I say go.
Well,
for it.
as you know, and the Podbeanskis know,
you had
there-
other reasons for doing
there's a
this,
lot of reasons why I
Yeah.
do that.
which we
so-
don't have to get into. Again.
No.
Go Oilers, go! For you Podbeanskis
Nice
over
doggy.
in
Nice
over in
doggy.
Europe,
Yeah.
the Stanley Cup Finals are happening here in North America between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers.
What a turnaround.
And the
As I
Panthers
mentioned.
took the early lead 3-0, and everybody wrote off our Oilers. They came back with a thumping fourth game, 8 or 9-1, was it?
8-1. Yeah.
And Florida's overall attitude was, that's fine. We're going to win it back at home. They go back home,
They
lose to the Oilers. Yeah. So then it's 3-2, back to Edmonton. Edmonton wins again, soundly, I would say. The momentum.
I think it was 5-1 or something.
Solid game.
Yeah.
So, folks, we are looking at a Game 7. All the marbles. Do or die.
To my colleagues at work, I predicted that the Oilers would win Game 6.
No kidding.
And then I said there would be a Game 7, of course.
If they won Game 6, let me think about it. Yes, indeed, there'd be a Game 7.
Yeah. Thank you. And there's only been how many times in history that
twice, I think.
Once
in modern times.
Can they do it?
Yes,
they can.
Yes,
I think.
they can.
Yeah.
Go.
Because all the confidence and momentum is on their side right now. And for some reason, I don't know what's happened to the Bob Bobrovsky.
Who cares?
He was outstanding in Game 1.
It is what it is. He's being pumped by the world's greatest player, right?
Well, McDavid's on
fire. And the team is stepping up.
Yeah, he didn't get any points in the last game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which
it's
was
a team
odd,
game.
Right?
Draisaitl hasn't scored a goal either. That amazing setup, though. Go, Oilers, go. Fa la 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 bamba. Fa la 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 bamba.
What is that all about?
Fa la 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 bamba. Fa la 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 bamba.
What the hell is that all about?
I wish we could play real songs, dude. Wouldn't that be a great way to end the show with La Bamba?
Well, what is that all about? I don't even know where that came from.
When I first heard it on and off through this series, I thought it was a Florida thing because you'd think there'd be more Latino culture in Florida than Edmonton.
What is that all about?
It's their song. That's their goals song. I love it. And they had him on, actually recording it and singing it.
Richie Valens?
He was big. Richie Valens, full of Oilers.
He's still alive?
I almost said Joilers.
Joilers.
Full Oilers jersey. Yeah. Joilers. #Joilers.